Yeah. Yes, I am.
Shaking your levels.
Yeah, right. The levels is good. The levels is good. Can you hear us? Dun, 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 dun. All right. Anyways, so we are back. This is Getting Ignorant with It
Da-da-da.
with Shonda, Nicole, and
Amari.
all right. So again, this is a bi-weekly podcast where we will discuss visual things like movies and television shows, a lot of which come from the OWN network. For some reason, we're gonna end up eventually hoping Miss Oprah will bless our poor asses with maybe a sponsorship because we support her network and her shows.
Gotta look into who does their marketing.
Look at this here. Yeah, look, we can get on this. I'll get on it tomorrow. Daggone right. All right. So, would you like to start us off with our first review?
The Joker.
The Joker movie. Yo, what did you think?
My main issue is knowing that it's most likely gonna be one and done. So it's like, should I even like this movie?
Is it like one of those like you get to the last slice of pizza and you're like, damn, you get excited like I got one pizza left, but then you get sad like, damn, I got one pizza left.
I don't understand this analogy at all.
Maybe it's the fat girl in me, but sometimes like when I'm eating ice, I got 3 slices, right? I'm on the second slice, I get to the end, and I'm like, dang, I'm getting to the end, and I'm like, wait, I got another slice of pizza. So you start eating, and you're like, shit.
Were you chubby as a child? Because where did this fat girl thing come from?
Not at all. You see the picture on the wall? Not at all.
I'm the fat one here, and I don't understand this. So this is messed up in so many ways.
But okay, so it's not the last pizza mentality, but someone out there understands what I'm saying. Somebody out there understands.
Over the rainbow.
Whatever. Anyways, so was it because you thought it was good and you didn't want to like it too much?
My issue is I'm tired of everybody playing the Joker live action one time and then that's it.
I hear you. Well, Jack they usually Nicholson, play it and die. It's like, nah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think that's the hardest I've ever made you laugh. That's disturbing.
I got a dark sense of
humor. Oh, child, is there a trench coat in your car?
No, it's at home.
Oh, gosh.
I told you, I got one with a little pocket for everything.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, my. Sidebar. There was this real messed up movie where it made me so glad I'm not in high school anymore because the kids were so smart. They put chains. What they do? They set up, because you know how when you went to school, they used to have assemblies and all that? Mm-hmm. They knew what an assembly was. Mm-hmm. They put chains on the doors, then went in and shot everybody.
Oh, shit. See, look. That's why I homeschool. Mm-hmm. Ain't putting no chains on these doors that coming in this bitch.
But I thought that was so smart, but also so messed up.
It was one of those like, oh, these motherfuckers is getting innovative. They're catching on. But it was also one of those like, why ain't nobody think of that before? But you know what? That was like, you know what? Maybe, well, let's not even go there. It's such a dark topic.
Is it really?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about school shootings, bro. I got a kid in school.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
Did you think the Joker was a dark movie like everybody said?
The Joker was necessary.
But I didn't think it was that violent.
It wasn't.
I mean, he did shoot homeboys like straight up in the face.
But you know what? And I was excited to see some violence in there, and that's a fucked up thing to say because you're supposed to be. But I was excited to see a little bit of violence, but I wasn't expecting violence. I really felt like that was going to be a genuine backstory of why he became to be the way he is. I didn't expect it to be like, oh, he's gonna blow up this boat. You know what I mean? It would have been cool to see that, but that's not what I was expecting. I sat down thinking I'm gonna see like some real behind the scenes backstory of like, this is why I'm really fucked up. Like even like with the laughter thing. I've watched mad Batman movies and shows and shit, but I've never really paid attention to like why he laughed the way he did. I mean, in this it portrayed it more as like a medical issue, whereas other people, they just sounded like they were just being cynical.
Well, that's probably the issue with Joker, is that he has no definitive backstory.
True.
It's usually him being a failed stand-up comedian is part of it, but then there's an issue of him either joining some thugs and falling into a batter thing, like you saw with Jack Nicholson. There's a Heath Ledger one where he doesn't know what the hell went on with him, and of course then there's this one, which for quite some time is going to be considered one of the definitive ones. Even though I still like Heath Ledger more than this one.
Yeah, no, I definitely I like, but Keith Ledger, like he wasn't up there. You know what I mean? His screen time compared to what this Joker had. The what's this dude's name? Joaquin Phoenix.
Look at you.
What he had. This Joker here. Let me take it back to like I was there, but
and Paperboy was in it too.
Was he?
Yes, he was the orderly the administrative assistant.
He was. Look at my paper bag boy up in there. Yo, this nigga out here doing his thing.
He's in every other movie.
He like Donald. Listen, can we get back to work on Atlanta, please? Because okay, well, fine. Okay, you're gonna be out here being in Star Wars and shit. I'm gonna go over here and push these people around in this movie. I'm gonna go over here and release these records in this movie.
You gotta appreciate though that FX is giving them that long for another season. Like now it has to be good. Not like Greenleaf and other shows where it's like they on that limit.
But at the same time, it's also like they know niggas is waiting. They know we out here waiting for Atlanta. Maybe not you per se, but they know like
Atlanta.
Yo, Atlanta's dope. Atlanta's dope as shit.
My favorite one is Lakeith Stanfield's character.
Which one was that?
Paperboy sidekick.
Oh gosh.
The one who I'm still like low key trying to figure what is their relationship.
See, I gotta go back and watch. Well, you know what? Well, we should do it probably closer to when the new season is about to
air. That's the 2020.
You feel me? Well, we will still be kicking, God willing. Oh, I was about to go into some bars. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna.
You can try that. You can go on a rhythm and flow.
No,
next.
Not at all. Not at all. You won't rhythm and flow next my ass. Nope. I'm gonna sit over here and play my sidelines where I belong.
Cardi B can say, "Is your raps good enough to become a caption?"
Listen, I love Cardi B. I love her dearly. Okay, but I don't know if I would want her per se judging my rhymes. That's all I'm gonna say on that. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Like I love her dearly, but it's like, what? For me personally, I would look at it as what ground do you have to tell me if I'm
records and Grammys.
Okay, but I'm a writer.
That's why Chance the Rapper's even though. What is one of Chance's songs?
Well, see, I know a couple of his songs, but that's because I actually listen to like the mixtapes and stuff. But to name a song offhand that was, you know what, that No Problem song. You don't want no problems with me. One more little trying to sign me.
No, stop.
You don't want no problems.
No. Because when you said No Problems, I was thinking, oh, like Lil Jon song, but then you went to a whole different direction.
I'm sorry, but yeah, but
this is why he never tops the Billboard Hot 100.
No, I'm pretty sure. No, he's cool, I guess, but you know what? He's just he too married and in love for me right now. Like his music doesn't reflect what I like to hear from him. You know what I mean? So
he does old folk rap.
At this point, I'd say yeah. Me personally, me being older than him, yeah. I mean, he just when he first came out, it was like all right, but then too, he was like drugs and stuff like that. Now he's like super saved and super Christian and super positive and super religious and all that good stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's wonderful. Live your best life, sir. Serve your God, but your music, is reflecting that, and that's just not the type of music that I'm in the mood to receive ever.
Maybe that's why they have T.I. there.
Exactly. Don't get me wrong. Like Chance, I wouldn't really want him, I really wouldn't want him to judge my rhymes or anything like that. But it's more so like I would respect his word over Cardi's. But even still, that's why a show like that would never work for me because it's like I don't like who the fuck are you? You know what I mean? Like that rhyme was whack. First of all, bitch.
Well, that's probably why most of the people on there like 20-something, early 20-something at that, and like 2 to 3 30-year-olds.
Yeah, because once you get past a certain age, it's hard for you to accept judgment. Like, for you to just outwardly be like, oh yeah, that's fine. Like, nah, first of all, bitch, let me tell you something, okay? Because I've been through life, all right? Like, you know what I mean? Once you hit a certain age, I don't want to say it's not much that people can tell you, but it's like
you stuck in your ways.
Not even stuck in your ways. It's just you look at where it's coming from or who it's coming from and what have they accomplished. So it's just like seriously, who are you to judge me or to look at me a certain way or whatever, pass any form of judgment, blah blah blah. Like, who are you to do that? Where do you stand? And then at the same time, it's like for receiving it, like, well, well, yeah, I guess that's the only end it's gonna be on, because I'm not speaking from the other end, because I'm not really trying not to judge people outright on a personal level. You know what I mean? Like, if I judge, it would be over some like overall shit, like not like on a personal level, like, ew, you wore that necklace again. Ugh, why would you?
I love this necklace.
Your accessory. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't be like that. It'd be like, nah, fuck these niggas and these necklaces. It's like, no. He wearing a necklace on TV too, so what?
I'll feel a certain type of way when I get home.
So you gonna take this necklace off? Let me say about this bitch.
No, I don't. I don't really used to be with that.
Really?
Much.
I do. I use it all the time. It's one of my favorite words. I grew
up with too many women around me.
Oh yeah, women be sensitive about that shit. I'm not really one of them.
Do you guys even ask each other if you can call each other bitches or not?
Nah.
There's no consent in that part. You just assume that, hey, you close enough at this point.
Yeah, pretty much the vibe. You just go off the vibe and then be like, like, for me, there's certain things that I don't do. Like, I don't really like, unless it's just outwardly like that. I don't have to add that extra version of respect for the elderly or anything like that. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be who I am for the most part, but other people, I feel like that once they see you comfortable, they get that vibe like, oh, all right, she's that type, or they might hear you refer to somebody else that maybe isn't present, and as such, like, oh, let me tell you about this bitch. Then they be like, oh, all right, it's cool for us to like use that back and forth with each other. Other than that, yeah, no, nobody's ever really asked to like, is it alright if we say bitch to each other? And I've never asked anybody.
That seems like something that would happen, but then again, maybe I'm too proper.
Maybe. I mean, maybe for other people, but people get real comfortable around me real fast. So it's like I don't know if that's normal if that's how they are with everyone else, or you know what I mean. But it just.
Did you give up the homegirl vibe?
I mean, I'm the homie. Like, you don't gotta put on for me, because I'm damn sure not gonna put on for you. Yeah, I'm damn sure not. Unless you got money to give me. If you're giving me money, then I'll act in a professional manner to the best of my ability, blah 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 blah. But otherwise, if you ain't offering no bread, fuck it, I'm be me.
Let's go into David Makes Man.
Oh man, it's been so good.
And there's only one episode left.
Oh yeah, damn.
I love it. 10 is a good number.
No, I mean,
I'd rather want more than feel like they are dragging this shit out.
Okay, I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that.
The issue with all these, especially network TV that has like 18 to 23 episodes, after some point you're like, there's more filler in this damn show than there's a DBZ episode.
You're right. You're absolutely right. But I just be like, no, don't end the last piece of pizza. No. They say the last bite is the best. No, it's not. Like, don't end for real. Cause like, all right, so the episode, not the one that just passed, but the one I guess that aired the week after we dropped the first episode of this. Mm-hmm. Ooh, when he had that scene. First of all, homie with the red hair, what's his name? Sky Son?
Raiden?
With the fake dreads?
Raiden.
Yeah, this nigga. I'm so, okay. Alright, we'll get to that. So, this nigga, first of all, he's a bitch.
He's a bitch?
Yes, he's a bitch.
What kind of bitch is he?
He's a punk bitch. Why would you, like, how you gonna get into a fight? Mm-hmm. Just like David said, you can't take an ass whooping. Bro, that scene was so powerful. I recorded it and posted on my Instagram, my stories. Everybody was hitting me like, what show is this? What show is this? To the point where I just was like, the next post after that I made was like, it was David Makes Man, don't ask me again. Cause like, it was like mad homies like, yo, what's this? And I'm like, you know what? Not for nothing. I guess because it's on the own network that it's slept on. Mm-hmm. But it's really a story that both men and women can like really get into. And I don't mean like when I say men and women, the men that I'm referring to is like the street niggas. Not even the street niggas, but I watch basketball. All I know is what ESPN is on. Like I just know that channel. Like one of those type of niggas. You know what I mean? So, but like even those niggas was in my inbox, like, yo, what was this? And I'm like, yes, come and get you some of this good old content. Come and get you some of this variety. You feel me? Come and get you some of this sense. Come and get you some of that. This is storytelling right here. This is acting right here. Like, come get you some of this. Like, cause that's really what they bring into this show. Like that scene between homie with the fake red dreads and David. Oh my gosh! Like when David, like except that spit was a bit much. That spit was like a glob of spit that just came out. Yeah.
He's just trying to find his Viola Davis Kerry Washington.
Oh my god! I told him when I was talking to my dad, I was like, Dad, you had to see this scene. Kid went whole Viola Davis and fences. See you caught that. All right, we here. We here. Got my eyes on you. But yeah, like he definitely went there. Like, but when he's like, what you gonna do? He's like, oh, I wanna fight you. I wanna try so hard. He was like, and even if I can't, I ain't gonna go get nobody because I'm from the Ville and that's not how we do it. We fight. I'm like, yes. I was just sitting here like,
because all this time I thought that David just had a lot of mouth and knew that Raina would step in and stop the fight, especially when it came to Shinobi. But I think he proved it now that he will try to fuck you up.
Yeah, and that's the good thing about it. I've always felt like that about him. Like the ones who I don't want a problem. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not usually because they're afraid for themselves. It's usually because they're afraid for you. You know what I mean? And people don't usually consider that. Like, oh, he's quiet. David's quiet. Like, nah, he stands up every now and then. You can see little peaks of like, yo, I ain't no punk though. You know what I mean? Like, I might not be out here as aggressive as you and sagging my pants and you know what I mean, looking like a thug like you, but that does not mean that I'm somebody's punk. Like you ain't, like when he said you ain't gonna threaten my family, like we ain't doing that. Like he stands up when necessary, and in that scene really brought it to head. Like yeah, yo, you fuck with the wrong one. Now like that scene I felt like should have come before the scene, that closing scene where he was sitting in the chair with the crown over him and shit. I feel like that crown scene should have happened after all of that fight scene and shit, because like that it was just so moving to me. Like I was blown away.
You think he lost to the game now though?
I do. I think it's gonna be harder for him, like because I know it's coming back for more seasons. So in like season 2, I think he's gonna get deeper into it in the beginning of it, and then as season 2 progresses, I think he's gonna try to start finding his way out of it. But yeah, I see it in his future. He's there, like he's there now that the uncle knows about the whole prescription thing and the extra money that's coming in with that, and whose idea it was, because homie with the red hair, he's just really a bitch, bro. He's not
inherited
built for that
area from Sky.
Yeah, but he's not built for like just that nepotism shit. Just because you feel me, just because your father was able to do it, you don't just put. Nah, it ain't in you, bro. Take your ass back up to that prep school, get in your little Mustang, and go do your homework, fam. You feel me?
I wonder did he drop out or graduate? Because I don't know what age any of these Negroes are outside David.
Exactly.
David's 14, 7, 15. What? How old is Shinobi?
And
Sky and all them other people.
I can't tell either, but I can tell he's a bitch. That part I can tell.
And we finally got to meet his mom, who apparently was part of the game.
Oh,
God. Angie.
Now here's where I feel like the writing is getting a little. I don't know where this is gonna go. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it might be taking one of those. Let's just not do too much now, okay, guys? I think that's where we're heading for me. When in that episode where I seen her and I'm like, okay, and she's like, yeah, because how you think we met? I was in the game too, except for I wasn't on the streets. I was dealing scripts. Okay. Okay, girl, what you telling him that for? You giving him courage? Like you basically. It seems as though she is aware of the role that he's playing, even though in the beginning of the episode it seemed like she was acting unaware. You know what I mean? So it's like, which one is it? Because once the uncle came, there was never any mention that there was never any sit down conversation about between the three of them and then the four of them when the other dude came about him being a part of the gang. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But then after the blow up with the uncle, now it's just, oh yeah, I was a part of the game too, right? And it's just like, nigga, where's this coming from now? Like, you know what I mean? Why we ain't talk about this before when you was acting like you ain't know why I wasn't around? You knew I wasn't around, bitch. I was out here trying to get this money. For what? I don't know, because we got this big ass house, but...
Which, I know it's Florida, but if she's an RN, how did she afford that big ass house?
Maybe Sky,
She broke up with Sky, remember? They wasn't together when he died. So, did she sell that many prescriptions? Did Tio pay for this shit? I mean, is Tio even her brother for real? Is it that her ex? How is this working? Because, sometimes now, people can be your brother, but not be your biological
I mean, like, I didn't think about that, but it's just like, what is that?
You never know. He could be smashing. He could call a sister now, brother now, but they could have been smashing before.
This is true.
For what we know, Sky might have found out, and that's why that nigga got killed.
This is true.
Desmond might have made it seem one way,
but it could have been another. This is true. I don't know. I think that...
Because when Desmond was talking crap between him and Rena, it didn't get bad until he's talking about fucking Angie. That's when he decided to flip off.
I didn't notice that. I mean, like, I seen that part, but I didn't really pay that close attention to that. Pardon. But the plot thickens, like I was saying.
I think we're not gonna see Femi ever again, is it? Always.
They playing, like, why would they introduce us to her and then, like, keep her away from us? Like, I feel like that's corny. I mean, maybe she'll pop up again in, like, season 2, but I don't want her to pop up. Well, we only got one episode now, so it's like...
Yeah, because Saren at this point should be somewhere near Tampa.
Saren, I don't know. Saren just... his parents is more so my thing. Because it's like, I don't feel like they're going to kill Saren off or anything like that. I don't feel like they're going to put him through anything too strenuous, so I don't have, like, a big concern. But my biggest concern is that he comes back and no one ever finds out about the fucked upness of his parents.
They have to.
But I'm feeling away because it's like, why haven't, like, they should have said something by now. You know what I mean? I get David want to mind his business or whatever.
But he handed that note over.
But what did the note say?
Well, the note had to imply something. Like, there should be some kind of child protective. Then again, I keep forgetting, like, it's Florida, so is it really going to do all that much?
See, I don't know. I don't know what I don't feel like the note said enough. The note drew some kind of cause for concern. But all they keep stating from the note is basically that, he will miss David. So it was like, could that have been a suicide note? Could it have been a runaway note? You know what I mean? Like, what? Let's see what other notes I got in here. Speaking of notes. But no, like, oh yeah, that episode was real good. There was a lot going on in this episode.
Look at you with your nice handwriting.
Stop it. There was a lot going on. But yeah, that could have been a suicide note, could have been a runaway note. We don't know more about it. I mean, obviously he ran away, but it's like suicide could still be on his list. We don't know.
And then you got Dr. Bree, who is he gonna turn in David or he gonna leave that alone?
I don't know, cause I feel like he's another one like Felicia Rashad. I feel like he's cheering David on, but it's just kind of at the same time like, nigga. You know what I mean? Like,
Dr. Witchtrap is just trash at this point. Like,
that's Felicia Rashad.
Yeah.
You said she's
trash. She's one of them types who works at a black school who wants excellence out of you, but completely disregards your whole environment. Because her whole thing about exploiting your suffering, or him talking about his mom to try to get a cancer up with the congressman, like, let this nigga get a hang up any way he can.
I see both sides. I definitely, like, I was disgusted when I was watching David do it, because it was like poorly done. Maybe like he could have maybe did it a little better where he didn't seem so pitiful.
His life is low-key pitiful.
It is, but it's like, I don't like fake modesty. Like, not fake modesty, but I don't like that fake shit, like, where I'm gonna give you a sob story but act like it's not a sob story. I don't like that shit.
Like, you hard, but really you about to cry.
Nah, not even that. Like, well, yeah, because my mom, she's on drugs, but it's okay because we get by though. Like that shit. Like nigga, stop trying to. At Penn Station. You feel me? Stop trying to make me feel bad and then make it seem like you straight. Now, what if I just be like, oh, all right, well then it's good that you get by, pat you on the shoulder, and move on to the next person. Like, what if I don't care about your sob story? You know what I mean? What if I don't care about, or maybe what if I don't? I mean, I don't want to say that because, like, me personally, I would care, but it's like if I had to, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not in that position, so I'm grateful that I don't have to. I don't have to think this too hard. But it was just disturbing for me. I felt like we could be, talk yourself up in other ways. Like, okay, yeah, we have it hard. I'm from the Ville, just like you. You know what I mean? The correlation, that was cool. Like, this is how we're alike or whatever. We come from struggling environments, da da da. But instead of like she said, you putting down your mother. And then another thing, like when you have kids and you hear your kids telling other people your business, that's a different feeling. So.
But at the same time, she relied on him so much that her business is his business.
That's true, but it's like
part of the reason they even still got an apartment is because he's going out there making money.
No, and I get that, but
even JG is contributing to the household, and his ass ain't even 10 yet.
That's true, but it's just like you kind of like put in, like, you got to consider some of the business that you're putting out because it's not only yours basically, and the way that he's painting other people in the story so that he looks a certain way is just kind of like disturbing. I'll say that. Like, it's not even about you telling her business, but you don't got to paint her to look a certain way. You don't got to downplay everybody else around you to build yourself up.
Does that make the whole Mary J. Blige song he used for his history thing make his mom look worse?
What song was it? It was
something about a motherless child, I think. No, I can't remember. All I know is it made it clear that his mom was a single mom. The whole Darius situation.
See, I would have been offended. I would have been, first of all, bruh, if you don't, Nova, come sit your ass down. Nova, come sit your ass down. Get out my pie shop. Like, I'm vie out this bitch. Why are you telling all my business? You know what I mean? Maybe that's not like that's not my proudest moment. And you out here just putting it out there for everybody in the world. I hope that he discussed that with her. You know what I mean?
Well, if you remember when we met Gloria's mother, it showed that he was aware that he was kind of a burden.
Yeah, and I didn't like that, but her mother the type of woman that you just be like, yo, I'm sad for you.
She's so hypocritical. One second she's like making comments about her not having a man, but at the same time, a Christian woman saying you should have took another woman's husband.
You should have tried harder. Excuse me? You should have tried harder. Y'all had a baby together. So that man is married. And not only is that man married, she knew that man well. I think she said that she didn't know he was married.
You know how niggas can be.
Yeah. But either way, like once it was established, like she did what she had to do. Like, I mean, some people would have went other ways, but if she said, fine, I don't need you or I don't want your help, and then she walks away, that she made a decision.
She should at least went for child support.
I would have went for child support.
He got a good job.
You got a banging job and a wife. First of all, we a family, nigga. Come on. We need some help. We don't gotta live like y'all, but we gotta live nice. You know what I mean? We gotta have a decent living too. Fuck that. You said you don't want to be bothered. Pay us to not be bothered. That's what you do right there. Pay us to not be bothered. We're gonna prove that this is your child. I'm gonna sign up for that good old child support, and you don't gotta worry about us. We're gonna be good.
And the messed up part is, in a lot of places, unless you get that man on child support, you don't get no government services.
Oh yeah, that too. Yep, you are absolutely right. You are absolutely right.
Which is so messed up, but at the same time, that's how the system was made.
Shoot. Because at one point I was like, yeah, I'm about to try to get these food stamps. I want one of them full fridges like all these bitches on Instagram and shit. And that shit was like, it was like something about asking about AJ's dad. I was like, oh. So I sent him a message. He was like, hell no, you ain't getting no food stamps. You gonna have to put me on child support to get that shit. Nah, nope, none of that. We'll just pay for it. I was like, all right, fine. And the nigga said, nope, not put me on no damn child support. You right? Not for no food stamps. Nah, you already give me money. I'm good.
They have
That's me just being greedy. You got to listen. You gotta come to for the kids. You gotta be. I won't knock you out all the way. I'll just, just a little push down the stairs. Like, all right, you're right. You're right. He already swimming down there. I'll beat him. I do not beat that man.
I would comment, but it's none of my business.
It's none of my business. None of my business.
I was told when I was young, just because I made it your business to know, I did not make it yours to tell.
Oh, see, I gotta tell AJ that. That's what I gotta use for her. That's what I gotta use for her. Her ass just be like, yeah, so mom, how are you today? She's like, good. But my mom's not feeling good today. She got to run. She said she was gonna be on the toilet all day. I'm like, AJ, we just came here to get some Pepto-Bismol. You seen that? It's the pink stuff in the bottle. It's supposed to make your stomach feel better. We're gonna get some more of those. I'm like, why are you telling my business? But then, oh God forbid you tell her anything. You like, if she was here and she heard me telling you that story, she go, mommy, why are you telling that man my business? Then she got this saying, only discuss my business with me. I'll be like, you're right, AJ. I'm sorry. Like, but show me that same respect. Only discuss my business with me. You're right, mommy. I'm sorry.
One day at a time.
Listen, it's hard raising a mini version of yourself, y'all. It's really hard.
I'm always back and forth between getting, what is the male form of hysterectomy again? A vasectomy.
Cutting niggas off like vasectomies.
But at the same time, this idea of somebody clipping down there, that scares me.
Don't do it. Don't do it. You gotta save your spermies before you do that, just in case.
Who the hell try to have kids with me on a whole separate note?
You never know. You mess around, fuck around, blow up off this podcast, and all of a sudden, all these bitches play, please, what is it? Fertilize my eggs.
Didn't we just have a conversation about child support?
Yeah, we did. That's a real thing.
Yeah, that's not.
What if they leave you with the kid?
I'm cool with that.
You're like, bitch, you pay me child support, and then we see you every other
just
Sunday.
Gotta learn how to do hair. That's all I gotta worry about.
Alright, what's next on the docket?
We have to. One last thing before we move on from David McMahon.
Oh yeah,
Miss Hertrube and Miss
Elijah.
What exactly is their relationship?
See, you got me wondering, because last time you said you think something about maybe that's her mom, that's Miss Elijah's mom, and then like to see them just sitting there kicking it like that, it was like
they have to be family.
Yeah, it's
why
something.
else would the person who represents the landlord? Why would you know that much of their business, especially when they have so much vitriol toward everybody they talk to?
Exactly. Pardon me. Exactly. I feel like what you said could really be right, and I'm kind of just waiting to see it unfold in a manner in which you're right.
Then comes the question. She said, well, then also, remember, Gloria said she had 3 boys or lost 3 boys. So are we counting Elijah as someone she lost?
I mean, we do call her Miss Elijah. So.
And that's another thing. If they do a flashback again, I want to see when Gloria met Elijah.
Word. Now, because didn't the mother say something about Gloria was doing well and then she got all hung up with Elijah or something like that?
Because Gloria was on lockdown before getting raped by her father.
So my thing is, does she blame Miss Elijah for Gloria being caught on drugs?
Didn't Gloria blame Elijah in one of them fantasy sequences for getting caught on drugs?
Did she?
Yeah, right before they went to that imaginary ball.
You keep talking about this imaginary ball. I'm gonna have to go back to that episode. I must have been.
It was an episode.
Really the irony. I must have been really stoned when I watched that one.
I believe this episode where she got fired by, I think the man's name was
I was really stoned. I remember I was like sitting up on the bed. I was propped up on like 2 pillows and shit, and I was just like coming in and out of it a little bit. That weed was good.
I don't know nothing about this stuff. I just know the few times I did it makes me want to clean.
That's some good weed.
I don't know about
any weed that makes you want to be productive is good weed.
I think I just had an adverse effect to it.
It depends.
Last time I felt like I had like a third eye. Everything was just blaring out of it.
That's some interesting weed.
I've only done like 3 or 4 times in this life.
Oh yeah, no, I smoke so much now. It's like that. I don't get those like third eye. I feel like what's going on? That should just be like, oh man, whew, I feel good. What's up? What the day hitting for? What we doing?
Is it a habit addiction or an actual addiction?
For me, I would say habit, like more of a habit addiction. I like the motion because like it's not. If I was to eat a cookie or something like that, I wouldn't feel it. So for me, it's more so the habit of like smoking, but not smoking cigarettes. So I smoke weed. But then like certain weed. This is not the podcast for this. Anyways, back to where we were.
Be careful, also become an interview.
You feel me? I'm over here. You get real into it. Head cocked to the side, hands folded in your lap. Nah, fuck out of here.
Let's go light and talk about the children's movie Abominable.
Okay. See, AJ was supposed to. She went and seen it too, and I thought she was gonna be here or whatever. I was gonna call her in for this. But it was so good. I thought it was just the cutest.
I thought it was too damn long.
It was pretty long, but it was so cute.
And the Asian kids now have something.
They do. American accents.
Mm-hmm. As long as it's a light skinned Asian. If you're a dark skin like South Asian, Southeast, it's like, nah, you still get no love. I know, I had to make something.
You do. This nigga loves going to colorism. Boy, I tell you. He can make anything about a color, boy.
Well, that's an issue with the industry.
I mean, you're right. And every opportunity that you get to speak on, you do speak on it. So I'm not mad at that.
Like, why is Will Smith still not bringing up next black talent? Why is he still not dating black women in his movies? Why is his children usually not his children?
His children is usually his children.
Yeah, you notice they keep it nice and tight with that.
No, you know what he did? He was on the Trevor Noah show a couple of days ago, and Trevor was going through and he was talking about like the different roles he's played. He's like, yeah, you did this movie with the dog, and then you did this movie, with this, and now you're doing this movie with yourself. And Will Smith's like, yeah, I don't need other actors. And I was like,
which is a damn lie.
You think so? Well, here you go. You so critical.
No,
here you go.
No, because I remember reading an article on Shadow and Act a while ago, and it's true. Will Smith is stale at this point.
I mean, he's good for Instagram.
He's good for Instagram, but at the same time, there's a reason why for a long time he didn't do social media. Because overexposure for people like him is terrible.
Okay.
The only good role he ever done, like in the outside of Bad Boys 2, his movies since Bad Boys 2 have been kind of iffy. And ever since he did 7 Pounds, he has yet to open a movie that did $100 million in the opening week.
I have not seen
Gemini Man, which just came out, is making less money than the Addams Family. And that's a cartoon.
For some reason, I feel like Gemini Man wasn't really promoted that well. I mean, like, I haven't seen more... Like, I don't really watch TV too much, but I haven't seen more promoting on TV about it, like, type thing.
Well, at the same time, all these industry people, they're trying to shift towards, especially because he has a social media following, they're just shifting it towards that. Because it's cheaper that way, because the movie itself is already expensive.
That's true.
It's an Ang Lee film, and that dude always likes to do most up-to-date technology. The only person who's probably more fucking with your budget than Ang Lee is probably James Cameron.
That's true.
Except James Cameron actually makes hits. Ang Lee makes things that get technical marvels, but as for actual stories, like...
It's not that good. Okay. All right. But did you see Gemini Man? You saw the screening, right?
Nope, because once you dropped that, I'm like, I do not have an incentive to see this now.
You really didn't want to see it? I mean, like, it wasn't that serious to go see it type thing.
It's a Will Smith film. I know how Will Smith is going to be. Will Smith is going to be Will Smith.
True.
And now there's 2 Will Smiths? It's just his younger version. What about
now it's just Will Smith with no stubble? That's pretty much what it is.
And then the villain is not somebody, I think, is that Clive Owen?
I don't know. I don't. I've seen the trailer for it one time, and again, I was stoned that time too. That's usually when I watch trailers and shit. Is when I'm stoned. So I don't really recall. I just remember seeing that he was very young faced, and that he was fighting himself, and that was it.
I probably would have saw if Kristen Stewart was still in it, but she dropped out of it.
See, didn't even know that. Didn't even dive deep enough to know that. But
that was years ago.
I still plan on seeing it though. Like I'll probably go see it still.
Bless your heart.
All right, what's next on the docket?
I know how we just blew right by Abominable.
Oh man! So for those of you who have not seen Abominable or who have children, you should definitely take them to see Abominable. It was really good. It was cute. It was cute. It had its funny moments. As an adult, I enjoyed it. I teared up, but then again, I tear up at everything. But I think just seeing like the idea of communication, that was dope to me. We don't really need words. We can communicate with anything as long as we, you know what I mean, just be open to understanding that you're not going to be received well at first. That was, I know that was like one of them like underlying super. I pulled that out of the wood air theme type things, but whatever, you know what I mean? Like it is what it is.
I don't know. You a parent, so you have a whole different mindset.
That's true. That's true. So from a parent's perspective, then, it was a great. It was just a great experience. I feel like there were scenes that I was looking like, okay, this is a bit much. Like when he started getting in his little emotional bag and making shit happen and like making the earth go up and shit. Yeah, you know what I mean? Getting into his deep hums, like his what was that Wolf of Wall Street shit that they was doing this shit with the that hum shit. Yeah, they started doing that shit. Like the damage he would do would be extra, and then like a lot like the Acrimony movie. Like how did she get from one side of the bridge to the other?
And how did they not get frostbite?
That too. They walking around in this damn fucking what was the Himalaya?
Everest. And also the Himalayas, I think.
Oh yeah, they over there.
And they also in the desert and not dying.
You feel me? And I ain't see outside of those time that they ate them berries, I ain't see them eat nothing else.
Had mad soda. Only two people had to go pee.
You feel me? Nobody really used the bathroom. Like it wasn't nothing crazy like that. It make you sit there like, all right, I know it's supposed to be a cartoon, it's supposed to be exaggerated, but can we be realistic?
That little chubby kid, he hungry.
First of all, he had the shit. Let's just be real. Oh my God. He had the shit. At some point during this movie, they should have like, all right, we all took bathroom breaks or something like that. Like, come on, let's go use the bathroom or something, because we know that he had to do that.
And they stopped the Yeti from eating the fish.
They did. They stopped the Yeti from eating the fish. I'm trying to remember what part that was. When it
was with the koi fish that were going up the pop.
Got you. Listen, the movie itself, I fucked with.
The violin music was beautiful.
It was really beautiful.
It seemed like it would belong in a Disney movie, but it was very beautiful.
I could see that because Disney does usually go soft strings and shit. But no, the story with her father, I like at the end when they got the picture back and it wasn't just her dad, it was her and the rest of her family, and it was kind of just like, you're not the only one hurting. You know what I mean? And sometimes we get inside ourselves and we forget that we isolate so much, and it's like, okay, but other people are affected by that too, and now other people are not only affected by that, but they're affected by your isolation when you don't have to be. You know what I mean? Like in her sense, and standing in her shoes, them big old moon boots she was wearing, and looking out.
Was her grandmother her maternal or paternal grandma?
That's a good question. I would say the paternal.
Just make that connection.
No, I would say maternal. Because like she was kind of more so like over it. Like, you know what I mean? Like
she was over it.
She was more so like, all right, like she need to be with her family. Like why she walking away? Where's she going? You know what I mean? She need to come.
But she was proud that she was working hard though. She said, "Grandma don't like them lazy ones."
Yeah, but at the same time, it was just like all right, I understand that you sad and shit, but you need to come be sad over here with us.
I also like the fact that I don't remember their names anymore because they're foreign to me. The girl and the boy, that they didn't have no romantic relationship.
That part where it was genuinely a platonic like situation.
But at the same time, he was going off to college and she was how old? So it kind of made sense at the same time.
Yeah. But
even though he was short.
Like, yeah, how old was she? How old was she supposed to be? Like in high school, really, right?
I would assume so.
Alright, so that ain't that bad then, because high school age. Alright. I was about to say, because for some reason, I guess, let me get off of David Makes Man move. Because I'm like, yeah, because she was like 14, and I'm like, wait, no, why do I think she was so young now?
I forgot to mention Tara and David in their little cute moment.
Oh, at the car, right? Mm-hmm. Before the evacuation. She all cute. All right, well, bye, I guess. She was cute. But I'd like to see that bloom, too.
That's one of them things where you know she gonna go through hell with David.
Yeah, and she seemed like the ride or die type too. You know what? Maybe I wouldn't like to see
But
that go.
but that's another issue. How they're in 7th or 8th grade at this point. 8th, right? Because they're talking about high school next year.
Yeah,
So
because Hurston is a high school.
how are they gonna juggle all them people?
Mm.
Because Hurston, if he actually gets in, is a sleepaway school where he's gonna be there 6 days a week.
But I think that's the goal. He's trying to get away so that he doesn't have to be in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to be around trying to hustle and shit. And I mean, not for nothing, nigga. I go to a sleepaway school. I got a curfew. I can't be outside past 4:30. Like, fuck is you talking about? I can't sell your drugs. No.
But then you'll have the issue that they brought up early on in the season with him probably being one of the few, if only, black kids. Much less the only dark-skinned black kid.
Like, I mean, listen,
I really need to jump off this colorism tip.
I get it, bro, but it's never that important. I want to be comfortable. I don't want to be in no environment where I'm not comfortable. I get that, okay, this is going to look good on your resume. It's going to look good for this or this. But if you're going to be there and you're not going to be comfortable, you're going to have to defend yourself and assert yourself every time, at every, turn of the corner. Like, I wouldn't even. I'd be like, yeah, I'm good. I'm just going to go right over here to this mediocre, quote unquote. So, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it'd be like Hurston, what? Nah, I'm good. I don't even like the school I'm at. These niggas don't like me. What you mean?
Speaking of people not liking each other, how about that Greenleaf family?
You gotta talk about this one because I haven't caught up on that one. That was the one I forgot.
Let's see.
So where are we going? Did they get the church back yet?
Then I don't know why they keep thinking they're gonna get the church back. Much less why Lady May keeps wanting them to, because everybody made it clear we don't want you.
No, she gonna get the church back. She gonna become first lady. Or she gonna become, pastor, reverend,
the
whatever.
deacon board don't want her ass.
And she gonna replace all of the church. Like, she gonna get new members. She gonna get new deacon board. She gonna be like, everybody who don't want me leave, and they just wanna leave. It's gonna be a lot of the church. She probably gonna have like 5 members left, but then she gonna try to rebuild.
She better off try to go with Jacob to build new church somewhere and then starting over. Because everything done with Calvary, however you pronounce it, is pretty much toxic.
They can't get it back.
It's as toxic as her marriage to James.
Oh, talk about it.
Need to move on, start anew.
Okay,
hell, so get out of that damn house.
So the last time we spoke about this on the podcast, we were talking about how she was being flirtatious and whatnot, and so now where you stand? She just needs to leave him alone. Fuck you, leave, gone.
At this point, I think she's at that age where she don't really want to start over again. She did the work already, so she just wants to see the rewards. Hence why all that whole you gotta attract me and all that stuff. She, as soon as shit started to go south with AJ and all that bullshit, she's like, you can stay in the bed. And then they all snuggled up. She's like, she don't want to fight no more.
So you feel like, but she should be just like, nah, keep it moving, bro.
I'm at the point where this show is made by Lady May, and the only reason to keep watching is Lady May.
I agree.
So if she starts to falter, that's the end.
Then that's it. Because she,
Because who gives a damn about Charity? Who gives a damn about race? First of all,
why is Charity just annoys me. Anytime, like when you mention her, my eyes just automatically roll. Yeah, it's nothing to the actress. It's all the character. Like, oh my god, what the hell? Why are you so? Oh, shut up. What about me? What about me? Nobody cares about me. Me. Shut up.
Cause she lonely. Her man left her for another. I wonder how much does that mess up a woman's mind if you get left for a man.
It'll probably fuck you up for real. See, my thing has always been like, if I find out I'm being cheated on and you cheating on me with a man, that's gonna really fuck my head up. Because then I'm just gonna be like, you know what? There's no win. Like you can't, like, you in competition with women, you're in competition with men. There's no space where you're just not. Yeah, nah. You cheat on me with a man, it's just like, all right, cool.
And at the same time, she hasn't the ability to move on. Similar to Lady May, she's kind of stuck in her situation.
But why? Like, I mean, granted, last I seen with her relationship endeavors, she was dealing with the guy who broke up with her, the recording guy.
Jabari.
Yeah, she was dealing with him. Has she been seeing anyone since?
No, but what opportunity she got to do that?
What you mean?
Charity don't go nowhere.
That's her fault. She want to be sitting around waiting for the world to come and give her things. Bitch, you got to go out there and get it. Just because the world took some things from you doesn't mean that you got to sit and wait for it to give it back. Nah, sometimes you got to, hey, excuse me. Hey, excuse me. Tap on the shoulder, that's mine.
But see, that's where the issue is. Jacob and Grace get everything handed to them, while Charity, she has to be the one that works for it. And that's why I brought up that whole colorism thing last week, because she's the only.
Because Jacob's dark skinned too.
Jacob's dark skinned, but he's a dark skinned male. And James is a dark skinned male, and that's his prodigy, his legacy, whatever. Charity just sang in the choir. Of course, head of the choir, but you don't see Lady May catering to her that much. All she talk about is Grace pissing her off, and then the next week they are like, I know what I said last week, but you know I didn't really mean it
right. But no, you're right. You're right. I see what you mean. It's just
I feel for her because I know she's going crazy, but at the same time, she one of the many people that probably could use some counseling, but she ain't ever gonna go to counseling. Because then she has to get confronted. Like when Ayanna Van Zandt was on there, she got mad defensive. Like, you ain't ready.
Who, Charity, right? But that's because, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't like her enough to analyze her. I don't like her character enough to analyze her.
I've just been watching since the beginning, so I'm analyzing all these damn people.
Yeah, no, she's every time she's been on camera for me since I've been watching, I just get annoyed. Like, oh, like the whole, it's just woe is me. And maybe she does have to work for it, and maybe it is wrong that she does have to work harder for it, but it's just like, okay, well, work harder quietly, bro. like I don't want to have to hear about it. Like, I don't want the whole, every time you on screen, you just, oh, but what about me? Oh, what about me? Oh, I don't. And then on top of that, she acts like she doesn't know what's going on. Like,
she kind of don't. She wanted people to last to know.
Yeah, and that was one of her big things during like season 1 too. But yeah, I just don't like her then. All right, there, I can't. Everything I throw out, you're like, okay, well, but I just don't like her.
I'm sorry. I try not to do the devil's advocate. I'm making excuses for people.
No, I mean, it is what it is. You right. You're making valid points. It's just she still gets on my fucking nerves.
As much as Grace,
and it has nothing to do with her being brown skinned.
She beyond brown, but okay.
What? I mean, she ain't no chocolate. She ain't like, I like
it. Well, then again, it depends on lighting. Because somebody meeting could be looking light or dark, depending on lighting.
I was about to say, because she ain't chocolate like I'll be liking her.
Because I still get very confused when people say Gabrielle Union's dark skin. I'm like, is she really?
I give her brown. I don't see dark skin.
Like, you gotta be Lupita Nyong'o for me to think you're dark skin.
Right. I think that's dark skin.
She's so pretty in
person. Is she?
I saw that play she did when she was a child slave, a child soldier. She got an ass on her.
I could believe it.
Well, she is part African. So. She is African. She was born in Mexico.
All right. So what's next on the docket?
We got Ready to Love.
Okay. So I didn't see the first episode of Ready to Love. You said it aired yesterday. But I did, watch the little season premiere. I mean, the season
casting special.
That part. Wait. Yeah, that part.
Yeah, they. The numbering is very weird.
Yeah, okay, because I was like, I don't know what it said, whatever. So I watched those. But you go ahead and you let me know what I got to look forward to. So this is, of course, spoiler alert. Everything about this is spoiler alert, so really just,
So let's just get out the way. Christina and John, they got kicked off.
Already?
Yeah.
Well, wait, okay, explain the show for those who didn't see the little recap thing. What's the premise and all of that stuff? Like,
I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet because I get long-winded.
Okay.
Basically, this show is featuring people from ATL who are between 30 and 60 years old, and they're ready to love.
Okay. So we got older people, and this is not ready to date and have fun and hang out and Netflix and chill. This is ready to put a ring on it. And let's do family things and wear matching jumpsuits, right?
The women more so than the men. The men are still kind of, men.
Yeah, they don't start into ready to love geriatric edition. Like,
even then, the most STD rates is up in the
geriatric age. You feel me? That's because these niggas out here like, well, I only got a couple more good years in me, so I'm just gonna raw dog this one. No,
you can't get pregnant once you get
married. Close your legs. You're disgusting. I gotta live too. Yeah, you gotta live. You got a couple more years, and then you keep shortening them with that. Put that away.
This is why I can still lift this leg.
That's blood pressure medicine, bro. That ain't going. That don't help you fight STDs, my nigga. Like that don't protect you from pregnancy and shit, nigga.
But again, what you're gonna see when you watch it, the issue with this show is, yes, they even it out was 10-10 this year instead of it's more women than men like last year, but it's a competition, and you can, and especially remember, all these women talk about how somebody cheated on them. So I want you to mentally be in that space. You connected with this guy, and now he's chatting up some other girl. You just like, what the fuck?
And I've been cheated on before in my life. Oh, this is triggers. Just a whole bunch of older women being triggered.
And the thing is, nephew Tommy ain't. I don't know his personality on the radio, but he ain't the type who can be counseling people. They need some type of
definitely not
matchmaker.
He's a fucking joker. And that's what he's supposed to be doing, counseling them?
He kind of does it.
Okay, Steve.
He kind of does
it. Think like a lady, act like a man. Or what is it? Act like a man. Whatever. Act like a lady, think like a man.
I wonder if they're going to do a third movie. But that's a whole different story.
I doubt it.
But yeah, so what we watch is them acting up. Some of the women, if they ain't aggressive, they kind of get left out in the dark.
I mean, as they should.
If they're like John, who wants to be celibate 2 years, talk about how it's probably other people, not him, when there's an issue, then they get cut.
So he was the first. He got cut the first.
The nigga who looked like Kenan Thompson got cut.
Is he calling that again? Kenan Thompson.
He looked like Kenan Thompson. I will pull up an image later because I'm afraid of my phone making a noise.
No, I already know which image you're talking about. I get you. But no. So he got eliminated. So do they eliminate one man and one woman each week? Or?
This season, season.
Hey.
It was last season. They did it where it could be like 2 to 3 women, then it would be the man, and they go back and forth. It was very uneven.
Okay.
They're trying to make it so it's not like so chaotic this season.
So. All right, so do they do like love competitions or something, or you
just
basically just follow them around the house all
You
day?
got introduced to 10 people of the opposite sex. It is now on you. If you don't connect, you will get eliminated. So if you only connect to one person, not the rest, they can eliminate you.
So who does the eliminate? How does elimination work?
The men and women eliminate each other.
So they just vote each other off.
Yeah. Say we're both in a competition, right? All my homeboys like you. I don't. You stay. Say all your friends think I ain't shit. One person does, I can get eliminated because all of them said nah. So in other words,
so the girls get together and vote against the guys. The guys get together and vote against the girls.
Yep, and surprisingly, nobody got voted off, and then they said, "Fuck, if you cut my girl, I'm leaving too." That hasn't happened yet. I hope it does because it makes sense.
Because these niggas don't be loyal. You cut my girl, I'm leaving too. No, you cut my girl. There's more bitches here. That's what they thinking.
Funny thing is, last season, a girl, her man, Pastor Chris, who was very religious, got cut, and she stayed on. She's like,
so wait, they coming on as couples, or they coming on single, right?
They coming on single,
and then they just linking up, and got you. Okay,
and then you got your favorites, but then it's a competition.
So her little boo thing left, and she was like, "Well, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and stay on this ride."
Then she met the player of the show. I forget what his name is. Mike Aaron.
He broke her heart.
No, he pissed her off. She cussed him all the way out clean.
In the name of Jesus.
That reunion special was fun. But yeah, and that's the kind of drama that's on this show.
All right, so that's what we got to look forward to this season. All right, so far, who's your favorite people to watch on that show? Who are you going to be keeping a close report on?
Tondi, who's this kind of hoodish chick from Detroit who got a lot of mouth, and I wait for her to pop off on somebody.
Okay.
I like Devon and Chica because they're friends before the show.
Okay.
They don't have interest in each other, but I can see her telling what happens with the ladies, him with the men.
Got you. Being allies.
Issues.
Okay. And that was who? What was her name?
Divine and Chica. His name is Chimuka, something like that. But it's like, it's he said there's a meaning to it, so it ain't just some random syllables.
Okay, got you. There's a reason I don't have any vowels in my name. Okay, got you.
Yeah, but also none of the women vouched that they wanted him during elimination. So
okay.
I also like there's a stand-up comedian who's like who's already gonna probably get kicked off in 1 or 2 episodes. No, because she says in the casting special, her issue is she always ends up in that homie field. Mm-hmm. And the dudes are already saying she like the homie, like my sister, like my niece.
See, look.
But one guy named Darren likes her.
He's like, look, y'all, I gotta keep my boo up here. Vote to keep her here.
That's literally what he did.
And she stayed.
Mm-hmm. Christina, this little... Let's... These are people. She's a little person, not a little person, but she's shorter than most of the ladies.
She's shorter, not small, but
she's
small.
A lawyer. She does like 3 different types of law, so it's like, damn.
Oh, so she be out here getting that bread.
Yep, but she's also a type A that doesn't know how to take it down a
notch. Damn.
Yeah, and most of these men,
they not.
They say they want someone who can take initiative to a certain degree, but they ain't trying to have somebody trying to steamroll them.
Not at all.
And she coming up with, I want 2 kids, want to get married. Most of these niggas got kids already.
They like, wait a minute, fam. I already got 6 kids, so what we can do is you can take 2 on a weekend. You said one is a grandpa?
Mario's a grandpa.
That nigga don't want no kids. Then mine is grown. You kidding me? I don't want no second set. All right, so what else we got?
Now we're going to move on to the comedy specials.
Yes, let's go to the comedy specials.
Let's start with the one I think is the worst, Nikki Glaser, Bangin.
Okay.
Now, is it just because I'm a dude and don't understand the jokes, or was she just not popping?
It was a little bit of both. Because for some of her jokes, it was like, yeah, I totally get it. But then some of them, it was just like, I get it, but that's some white people shit. Like a lot of her stuff, I mean, she's white, so it's to be expected, but it was a lot of white people shit.
And most of it is the kind of stuff that you probably heard Amy Schumer, Sarah Silverman, a whole bunch of other comedians say already, just in a slightly different way.
I guess so. I've heard limited stuff, stuff from those people. However, with this person, what I did take away from this was, you white women got some issues, bro.
Yeast infections are just a major thing for them, aren't they?
It's just, I guess it's just a regular Tuesday.
Is that a normal thing for black folk? Or no?
I don't get yeast infections that often. If I get a yeast infection, it's usually because I'm like on an antibiotic or something. And not like the kind because you got something, you know what I mean, for that. Like, nah, like you get yeast infections. Like, say I get tonsillitis. Mm-hmm. So, I take it all deep throat. It's like, nah, I'm joking, fucking with you. But no,
I'm surprised it wasn't a pause in
there. I was like, I'll be taking it all deep throat. You feel me? Like, I'll be like, go further, babe. Go further back now. But
pinch the nose.
So when I was like about 18, 19, I got tonsillitis for the second time. They said, if you get it a third time, you have to remove your tonsils. I'm like, all right, fine. He said, but take this antibiotics, you'll be fine. They prescribed me antibiotics. They said, we're going to prescribe you a second antibiotic because this one is going to cause you to have a yeast infection. So the second one is going to clear up the yeast infection that the first one is going to cause. And I'm like, what the fuck? So that I can understand. But outside of that, like how they just be like, oh yeah, we just had a yeast infection. Like, bro, you must be somebody's dump truck.
And what's that STD that they say everybody has?
I don't know.
It's not hepatitis, but it's one of those HPV.
Oh, that where it's like dormant in everybody or some shit like that. I don't know how that works. I just know that I don't have it, and currently I'm not at risk for it. So, God, hashtag sleep with one person.
And then they talk about blackout drunk sex and all this.
Yo, and this is my thought. This is my thoughts. Okay, so we have the Me Too movement. We have, it's not, consent and all of that stuff. And you can't consider she's drunk or whatever. But this just kind of, I don't want to say it set it back, but I get that this is real life, but it just made me see how these situations could potentially play out. You know what I mean? Like, whereas, or at first thought you'd be like, oh yeah, no, fuck these niggas. Like, they had to do it. You know what I mean? It was the men, definitely the men are dogs. But then when you hear her just openly be like, yeah, I just want to get blackout drunk and then have sex with whoever, you just be like, that's kind of what he said happened. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it was uncomfortable to watch because it's like, funny. It was funny, but it wasn't funny. Yeah, it'd be like, oh, it's funny because it's true. Like, it wasn't funny because it's true for me. It was funny because it was like kind of disturbing. Like, hey, y'all bitches is crazy. I know not to go drinking with y'all hoes. Let me go on and stay over here and roll and smoke my own weed.
That's why white girl wasted is a term.
You feel me? Like that. I just, to each his own. It's just, that peek inside of their world, it was just a lot for me. Some of the stuff she was saying, like I said, it was funny because it was like on a woman's level I can relate. But then some of it was just like, oh nah, we don't really be doing, like, we don't do that stuff over here.
It's so much more interesting to see it in person.
Is it?
Kind of. I remember the first time I had Irish whiskeys with white people.
Oh, the white girl wasted, to see that in person. Yeah, no,
that led to accidentally walking in on two lesbians, but that was a very fun day.
Okay, well then. I would assume that was a very fun day. But yeah, her special, it was cool. That's how I'm reading it. It was cool. Like, I thought there was gonna be something else that I was gonna say after
she
that.
was on the same topic throughout the whole thing. There was a nice little narrative from childhood to adulthood.
Yeah, but yeah, there was, like I said, it reminded me of how different we are culturally. It was nice to be like, you go to somebody's house, you're sitting there, you're just looking at them interact with their family and stuff. You just, oh, okay, so this is what you like in this environment. Okay, this is nice. Okay. Like, that's how I felt. Like, I'm sitting in the audience, like, watching it at home, obviously, but in my mind, I'm sitting in the audience, like, oh, this is what y'all people be doing over here. Like, when a white person go to a black church, how they just be looking around, like, oh, that's what y'all, that's some crazy shit, but okay. All right, well, y'all still singing? Oh, that's me. Y'all still talk about sex? Huh. Did she wake up from that blackout? No? She's still at that part of the story?
What's happening? Speaking of cultural differences, how about Mo Gilligan's Momentum?
Oh, man, that was good. I'm happy you suggested that one. For someone who has, how do you say, a twisted sense of humor, or
I would say
a
dark.
Unique.
Well, I know for a fact I can't go to a comedy show because they always look at me like, why aren't you laughing? Yeah, like Amanda Seals' dead ass during her comedy special taping I went to said, me and this other nigga, either you start laughing like you're having a good time or get the fuck out.
Lord, I would have done that too.
I know. This is why when you stand up, I have to sit in the back.
It's just, listen. Let me tell you, I would have done that shit too. Excuse me, your non-fun is rubbing off on the other people around you. Can you please leave? Straight like that. Listen,
it takes a lot.
I get. Oh, what the hell?
Especially if I'm paying for shit.
The joke just left with my money. Like, as soon as I bought the ticket, my humor was just like,
no, because it's like the difference between going to see a movie in theaters and watching something on Netflix, much less watching some video on demand. If I'm going to the movie theater, even though I have A-list, so I'm already paid for it, right, I expect more than I do if I'm watching it off of Netflix or it's a video on demand, which is cost like $4 or $5.
Right, because you've actually spent money to go see. I understand what you mean. I get it.
Much less if it's one person or by themselves. That means I need you to be on that level, especially if you the headliner.
And that's what it was. You paid to see Amanda Seales?
For that one, no. I paid to see Miss Pat.
Was it worth it?
I'm gonna say yes, just for safety reasons.
I listened to her podcast, though.
I read her book, so
Was it good?
I like Rabbit.
It was good. All right, so I'm gonna check it out.
She has a TV show is coming out, I believe, on Hulu.
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
That's assuming Disney isn't just like, you know what?
Disney better not. Look, because she been talking about this damn show for a minute. Look, I feel like I'm part of a family. Our family counting on this.
Well, that was a Lee Daniels, but that's a good question, though. How much money is Lee Daniels' name worth anymore? Star got canceled. Empire's ending.
I mean, maybe it's waves. Maybe that's the ending of one wave. So now he's got to figure out how he can jump on the next one. I mean, I put my money on Miss Pat. She's got, like, white people love her. White people love her.
Is it because she fits stereotypes but doesn't care?
Exactly why. Like, they love her because they're able to say, no, seriously, black people do love chicken. Then you hear Miss Pat say so?
So is it, that brings up the case, is it kind of like they're laughing with her or at her?
I'm going to say with her because she's laughing. like because she's aware of it. It's not like, oh, I don't know these people. You know what I mean? Like she's very aware of what she has or her shortcomings or whatever. So when you walk smoothly in your truth like that, then you can enjoy the joke with other people, or you can make it a joke to where you're cultivating the laugh. You know what I mean? Like I know, like you're laughing at me because I want you to laugh at me. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't feel like at times I be thinking that too, like these white folk probably looking at her like this black bitch crazy, but then she'll say it, and I'll be like, well, damn, she in my head. So you know what I mean? It's just like it's just like, all right, so now we all can be comfortable feeling whatever it is that we feel. We can be comfortable in it and enjoy ourselves in that moment.
And she's also really nice in person.
I can imagine. She gives me that vibe, like she gives me that real black woman vibe where it's like if you are comfortable with yourself, you're gonna really enjoy being around her.
She the auntie that give you liquor.
Exactly. But you got to be real comfortable because the auntie that give you liquor, if you're not comfortable with yourself, she's usually weird with you because she think that you like, a snitch. Even if she don't got no drugs, even if she don't do nothing bad, I can't talk the way I like to around you. You probably gonna go back and tell your mama. You know what I mean? One of those. Like, that's why you gotta see them curse first. Oh yeah, I heard you curse to your friend. Now y'all the best of friends. You know what I mean? Because I got some shit on you. You can't go back and tell them because I'm gonna tell on you too. So what's up? We best friends now. I'm your favorite aunt.
But this has gone off for Mo Gilligan.
Oh yeah, Mo Gilligan. We didn't even touch base on him.
No, I like the fact he had a song and dance number. It made me feel very John Leguizamo.
Yeah, when you said that, he was like, oh, he this is a production. I'm like, okay, fine. But then when he actually started incorporating, because I wasn't sure how he was going to incorporate the band into his act, but when I saw like, he set the vibes for the little party, the wedding reception and whatnot, I'm like, okay, that was creative. I see where you're going here. And then on top of that, he was funny. Like his jokes were hitting. His characters were relatable, very relatable, especially the uncle.
The creepy perverted uncle?
Creepy uncle. So relatable. Like I've seen that so many times before on the dance floor at a wedding or something. You just first of all, and the uncle always got like his suit always be a little baggy. Like the top part and then the chest, the one at the vest, it always be a little baggy, so it like hang like a box on their body, make them look a little bigger than they really are. Yeah. It's funny because I swear to God, I went to 2 weddings recently and I seen this. It's like the same uncle. This is different niggas, but it's the same uncle. Sorry.
That's scary in a way.
It is, but it's scary, but there wasn't no children around and I wasn't around them. Like, I didn't get close enough, so I was good. I didn't care. But what you gonna do? Like, old man, old uncle with the baggy suit. Looking like what's it called? Like a zoot suit? You know what I'm talking about? Suit? Yeah, zoot suit. There you go.
I like those suits though.
You know, they be wearing the zoot suits like all they suits fit like zoot suit. All right, I'm sorry, I digress. But yeah, his stand up was really good.
And it stood out.
It did. It was different. It wasn't like anything that I've seen stand up wise in the last couple of years.
And I don't know if that's because he's English or just because he just naturally stands out.
I like the fact that I was still able to relate so much despite the cultural difference between the U.S. and, what is that, the U.K.? I'm not good with geography.
We'll stick to that.
But, huh?
He's English, but yeah, we'll stick to that.
Whatever English, I'm not familiar with what all of that is.
UK
over there.
Is...
You don't have to explain to me. This ain't a geography podcast. Well, I'm saying, all right, so we'll call them English. So yeah, the English and the American cultural differences. You know what I mean? Like certain things that they say that is very different from the things that we say, but having to catch on it.
Days.
Yeah, the oh my days. I'm just like, oh, that's how they get turned. He getting hype right now. Okay, I see. He sued. You know what I mean? But that I'm happy that I was still able to understand, and it didn't make me skip a beat with the laugh. You know what I mean? Like I was still on it. Like, yo, that was fucking hilarious. I was able to get with that. I didn't have to stop. Like, oh my days, what does that mean? You know what I mean? It was just like oh, okay, that's what they say. Oh yeah, this is funny. Like he was good. I fucked with it.
And now, Deon Cole, Cold Hearted, his second comedy special, believe it or not.
Listen, this nigga This nigga is hilarious. That was probably up there for me with Dave Chappelle, because Dave Chappelle should have me crying too.
I think it was better than Dave Chappelle.
I mean, you're entitled to your opinion. But I don't see, that's one of them things where I won't even compare, so I just put it up there with it.
So, Dave Chappelle, well, then again, Dave Chappelle's a different type of comedian. He's more of a storyteller. Deon was telling jokes.
Yeah, that nigga had me dying, yo. When like I said, when he pulled out his notepad, that's like when he does that bit, it's always just fucking hilarious to me, bruh. Always hilarious to me. And that fucking when he was talking about the fat ass, he was like, "You seen a ass so fat that it like makes you become friends with somebody else." Mm-hmm. That's I've seen that shit so many times. Exactly how he said it, like no exaggeration. Like, you see that? Yeah, that shit, that shit heavy right there. My name Deon. What up, brother? Like, yo, I just was sitting there on the back porch smoking, laughing, crying, laughing at 2:00 in the morning, loud as hell, because not even caring, because it was like, yo, this man, like, yo, the fact that you were able to touch base on something that's so small, like, no, you know what I mean? Like, that's something that's small, that happens between people that you don't even really realize. You know what I mean? Just, you saw that? Yeah, I saw that. And then you just give it, damn, that's crazy. And then you start speaking like that shit. Genius. That, and in the backpack, the one with the threesome. He was like the girl had the man bun, yeah, with the man bun, that walk. That's really how them tall ass basketball player niggas be walking. He said she was walking. He said, "Who y'all fucking me?" Oh, so yeah, that shit. It was wonderful. I definitely recommend it.
Do you think if he was higher profile, all of his fat girl comments would be getting him in trouble?
I don't feel like he disrespected them in any way. I feel like he made jokes. Like, I feel like...
Was it fetishizing though?
No. Because I don't think that he said anything that wasn't true. Like, he might have said it maybe in a way where it might seem like, oh, big girls, ooh, you gotta get you a big girl, try one out. But these niggas really be fucking with these big girls. Like, it's niggas out here that really, like, you would be surprised. Like, I'm not even gonna say you would be surprised. Like, nah, you would be surprised if these big girls out here be getting these niggas to the point where they get enough niggas where they could cheat. So yeah, he ain't fetishizing big girls. Like, he telling it like it is. These big girls is getting niggas, and he one of them. Like, what you mean?
So what would your comedy be like?
What would my comedy be like?
As an actual set instead of just like IG stuff.
Let's talk about my experiences. I guess more so story time. I'm not really a joke person. What did the chicken say to I ain't off all that shit. You know what I mean? Like, my thing is, I want to talk, and a lot of the things that I tend to, my thoughts and my ideas that I tend to express, or that I want to talk about or expound on, they tend to come out in a manner in which make people laugh, and they're relatable, and it's shit that people be like, yo, I've been wanting to say this about this, but I'm in a position where I can't say this, or it might burn this relationship. Well, guess what? I don't got no relationships with nobody, so I'm gonna say what the fuck I want to say. And so, like, I get the opportunity and the space to say what these people don't, or what, what they don't have the space to say, because I don't have these relationships, or because I don't have these ties, and then also because I'm just so real with what I feel and what I believe or what I think. If something pops up in my head and I want to talk about it, I'm not gonna be afraid to, I'm scared to, nah. Like, you ever had tissue stuck in your butt? Yeah, I've had tissue stuck in my butt before. Well, then what did you do to get it out? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not scared to talk about shit. Like, bruh, alright, you look at me crazy right now if you want to. Somebody out there that's listening has that shit in their Google history. Again, how do you get tissue stuck out of your butt? Which tissue brand doesn't leave residue? I'm telling you, these things are really in Google history and they search histories. Don't play with me, bro. Don't look at me like I'm crazy.
Again, I'm processing when you say stuff that's not of my experience. I'm not judging you.
looking at me like I'm crazy. Listen, there's real life people out there Googling this shit. I know.
I got...
Because sometimes I type in how to and the shit just pops up automatically. That doesn't mean that I typed it in. When it's in that little list that drops down, that's the most typed in. They trying to autofill based off of what everybody else been typing in. I know the search thing.
So would you be someone that writes their jokes beforehand, or you just going on stage and just going off?
A little bit of both. Because like I have jokes and stuff. I have my topics written down, and then like maybe like I might be, talking or discussing it, or in my head sometimes I like, before bed or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I envision myself, like I see myself, my life is like a movie in my head, okay? Mm-hmm. And so in the movie sometimes I'll be seeing myself on stage performing, and then like I'm sitting in the audience watching myself perform type thing. And so like I just take whatever I say there. It might be like a topic, and then it might be something that I said that was like hysterical that stood out. So I might take that and then put it in my notes, and then I know this is the topic I want to expound on. This is what I want to talk about. And when I get to this point, this was funny to go with that. So I could say this there like that. But outside of that, it's more so just standing. I just want to stand up there and talk. I want to kick it. Listen, I talk to kids all day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like, now that I've gathered you all here, you know what I mean? Now that I have you all here and there's nowhere that you can go because you guys paid to get in here more than likely, you know what I mean? I'm going to get my little 3 minutes. And I'm going to use them to talk to adults and tell y'all what the fuck I've been going through, because this shit be real. It's hard, especially raising kids like yourself. Please, listen, these motherfuckers is crazy. Sometimes I just want to relay the message. Don't let your kids bully you. Let me tell you why not to. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even so much as that
AJ bullies you?
Both my kids, bro. What you mean? Let me read you the text message from my son. I told you what my son sent my daughter. My son woke up and he texted my daughter. I got mad messages. My son woke up and he texted my daughter and he said good morning. Mm-hmm. As soon as he woke up, I look at my phone. Now I was right there by her iPad, so I seen it come through. I look at my phone. There wasn't no good morning. Wait a few more minutes, still no good morning. All right, bet. So then I text him and I'm like, ew. He like, what happened? So I sent him an angry face and I'm like, I'm talking about how AJ got a good morning, but I didn't. This nigga gonna say, well, good morning. This was at 2:30
in the afternoon.
Yes. Well, good morning. Who the fuck? All right, bet. Fine. Fuck you. You can't let these kids bully you. You can't let these kids bully you. You can't let these kids make you feel less than what you are. You gotta stand up for yourself. You feel what I'm saying? And sometimes I just want to talk to people who can relate. All right, there's a lot of adults in here. There's a lot of parents in here. I know y'all niggas be feeling the same way. There's been times I'm not the only person that just said it about their kid. I'm not the only person that just, man, fuck these niggas, y'all. Y'all niggas just tripping. Real talk. So I just want a space where I can, gather all these people who can relate and just, have a session where we just listen. This is what I'm going through. I know y'all niggas can relate. Can I get an amen? Can I get a fuck these kids? But yeah, this ain't an interview about me.
Yeah, so be careful because I'm gonna end up doing that a lot.
Yeah, I see. I'm just like, where are we going with this? Alright, so what's next on the docket? Did we cover everything?
We covered everything.
Alright, guys. I enjoyed this time with you. It's been a pleasure sitting here for a second time around. So, yeah.
Second time? Nope.
Oh, you gonna say?
Nope.
That's how you feeling?
Nope.
It's alright.
It's Sunday. Got a little gospel feeling.
Yeah, Alright, so this was a pretty subdued episode, We kept it pretty cool, pretty chill. But I'm going to watch all the shows and try to catch up on Greenleaf because the enthusiasm isn't there since they sold the church, man. It's hard. And I keep saying I'm gonna catch up on Queen Sugar, but I'm like, that shit ended already, right?
That ended a good month or two ago.
I know, and I saw it, and every week I'll be like, yeah, what I need to catch up on, I'll open it up, like, I need to catch up on Queen. I'm like, no, I'm caught up on Queen Sugar already.
I still want to find you a nice, good show to cry to.
I don't want to cry, bro.
Because it's sorry for your loss with the young widow and with an E, which will mess you up a bit.
No, see, I ain't nobody trying to cry. Let's trying to cry. I don't want to cry, bro. I don't want to cry all the time. Everything about you is cry. Let's cry. Let's watch cry shows because I know you like to cry on everything that you watch. Like, dang.
I don't watch a lot of funny shit.
You should.
All I watch is drama and romance.
Some you trying to tell me? You want a dramatic filled romance?
Hell no. I knew somebody. I knew a nigga who thought it wasn't real unless she tried to slash his tires. I'm like, what? Who fuck with your life?
What? Like, she don't really love me. She ain't slashed my tires. Like, what? Yeah, nigga, I got all 4 original tires. She ain't even try to cut them. Not even with a butter knife. Like, nigga, what is wrong with you, fam? That's not normal.
Some people need that kind of passion in their life.
No, you don't. You don't need that kind of passion, bro. That is too much, bro. If you gotta have insurance on your love, bro, you can't. That's too much. Like, bro, I love her for real. Let me up my insurance policy, nigga. No, nigga, what? She keyed my car last week. This is the real thing. Buy her a ring. Like, nigga, no, that's not how that goes, bro.
But what was it that Deon said? You married someone for a stage, not for a life.
There you go. You married that. You supposed to. I love you. I'll be back though. I see you. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it moving, but I'm gonna come back for you. No, you bugging, bro. But all right. So it's been real, and in my comedian voice, I've been. When they say, I've been Shonda Nicole. Who else was supposed to be? All right, but it's been real. I'm Shonda Nicole.
I'm Amari.
And this was Getting Ignorant with It.
Woo!